everybody, Moonlight Coreopsis here. I thought it would be good to take a second to look at how far we've come and to maybe introduce you to some abbreviations that you might see if you're looking at crochet patterns, because we've done enough stitches that you can probably find quite a few crochet patterns out there to do with just these stitches. So we have our chain, of course, which will be abbreviated as CH in the US, usually followed by like a number of how many you're gonna do. So like CH and then maybe like a 6 after it for chain 6. Then you're gonna have single crochet, which is SC, double crochet as DC, and triple crochet is officially, I believe, TR. I sometimes take notes as TC when I'm doing my own thing, but if you are writing your own pattern, feel free to use whatever as long as you know what's going on. And what is helpful is putting a key at the beginning of your pattern as well, if you plan to publish it or give it to someone else to use. What can be helpful if you don't like to read your pattern, like me, because I rarely use patterns, only when it's kind of time to learn a new stitch or I really need a pattern that I kind of don't want to make up on my own. YouTube tutorials can be fantastic. I used a YouTube tutorial for my Yosono cosplay for the gloves and for the butterfly hair clip, which of course, like the butterfly hair clip, I just found kind of like a YouTube tutorial for the butterfly, and then I kind of made some edits to it so that it would be a clip. But overall, yeah. One thing to keep in mind when looking for patterns, though, is that sometimes the patterns are just not the best. Maybe they're not well written, maybe you're not like understanding what's going on. That happens, and it is not always your fault. You're not always misreading it. Sometimes the pattern is just bad. No shade to anyone, and I'm not going to call anyone out specifically. I know when I'm taking notes on what I'm doing, sometimes I'm a disaster. So, one thing to keep in mind is that sometimes you're going to find a bad pattern. That is okay. It is not you. For example, when I was trying to find the butterfly hair clip pattern for my Yosono, I tried to do one pattern and I just kept failing over and over and over, and I had my mom try it and she kept failing too. So sometimes it's just the pattern. That's where YouTube tutorials can be really helpful because you can visually see what is going on. But that's not always the case because there are a lot of good patterns out there that are just paper only because they take so much time. The necktie that I did for Yosono was quite complicated because it was written and I had to make adjustments for the length for myself. So, you know, my style with crochet is trial and error. For example, if you watch professional crochet videos, they're saying fancy things like yarn over and stuff like that, and it sounds like really fancy. I just go. I'm just like, just loop it, you know? So as long as you guys understand it, that's all right. And we're here to have fun and have chaotic videos. So thank you so much. Hope to see you next week. We're going to start learning some more stitches, I believe. And it'll just kind of be like slight alterations to these stitches. So you've got a great base here. Thank you so much. Have a great day.